What's up guys, Hades here. So today I want to talk about this new event, the Survival Squad Tournament. I did end up getting second place with my wife and my friend Snowy. We're all moderately strong, but just so you understand, we scored really high through strategy and strategic prowess, not necessarily through raw power, right? I pretty much used this march and this march. Nothing special. Power's not high. It's just solid. Snowy is in between a bunch of marches, and he wasn't providing a ton of power. And my wife has a pretty decent low-key carry team. So we had enough power, but not a huge amount of power. And with some strategy, we ended up getting second place. Now this is the match we got second place in. Sadly, I didn't start recording until 7 minutes. I forgot. But I want to talk about all the aspects of the new game mode, not necessarily strategy. I'll go into a whole strategy guide in the future. I was just learning the game. This is actually the match we got the second place, the 4 million. It was very much on accident. But you have to have a little luck. You have to have a lot of opponents to actually get points off of, and you have to be kind of stronger than them. But yeah, let's jump into it. So you can see here in the top right, 7 minutes in, and it's a 30-minute match. Now this one, the number of people left in the match is your squad plus the remaining players. So in theory, it should be 7. We've noticed this one didn't feel quite right, but that should be updated in the future. Now this mini map only shows the dots of your squad. So you are the yellow dot and your teammates are the white dots. We were playing like a divide and conquer kind of style. We just kind of got into a match where we're kind of capable of collecting some points, and we decided not to stick together. I think that's probably why we got so many points. Now you can see, click up here on the squad points. Obviously I can't because it's a replay, and there is no replay mode in this game, but you can click it. You can see who's in first and what teams are still in the game. Now, in this mode, you can use your 4 buffs. You cannot use the KVK buffs, even though it shows us this is not actually supposed to be there. This top one is the skills. Now, this is the most important part, and I'm going to dive way into it much deeper in a strategy guide video. But you're going to have to pick your 2 skills, and this is where you click them. It's really weird because it doesn't feel the same as other modes, and the icons are different. So I want you guys to be able to adapt and play this game and have fun with it, because I've had a ton of fun with it. The next is your troops. This one's weird. You're not allowed to, like, you can click your troops here, but you can't switch skills inside the battlefield. You have to leave the battlefield, then do it in the real game to switch skills, then come back, which is super awkward, and it's something we're pushing to get fixed. And then finally, you have this third one, which is your 3 marches, and you know where they're marching, how fast they're going, and when they're going to come back. Now we're gonna watch a little bit of this video, and I'm gonna explain a few things that I'm doing and why I'm doing them, okay? And just to give you a few of the game functions. So first, you see I clicked this little sword. I took teleport, and I pretty much took the attack skills, the ones I use in IB, because those are what I'm comfortable with. I don't know if these are best, right? I've only played the game mode 5 times, I think, 5 out of the 6, and I just went with comfort because I've played attack for the past 2 seasons, so I'm comfortable with these, and they felt like they were gonna be good. So you can see here I'm attacking an opponent, and then it's actually, I get the final blow on him, so it says awaiting rescue. Now what this means is if he has an ally near him, like if he had an ally here, his ally could send a march in to garrison him, and then the revive is very fast, and you get about 11,000 HP, which is 2 hits. So it's very powerful to get revived. And if my distance, you can see how far away this is. If he had a teammate next to him, he could get revived before I could hit him again. So that's really important. A lot of people were kind of struggling with, like, how does the revival system work and whatnot. And I'm going to skip around just to kind of give some pieces. So here I'm checking out my allies. How are they doing? Are they winning? I'm checking, okay, he's getting, I check the power here, right? When I click someone, Like, I'm gonna go back just a moment. It looks really weird when I click them because I do it so fast, but I want you to see what I'm looking at. Because I want to know if my ally can beat them. I know my ally's marches, and so I click and I'm looking at the power, the STP right there, 350, and it was 450. So I know he beats them because he's like 530 or something. And then what I'm scanning for were those boost nodes, and I'm looking for lines, right? I'm looking, where are they? And I can't find anyone. And then I go, okay, my ally pinged it in the chat. And this is a little bit important. When you get into this game mode, there's a special chat for you and your allies. And it's based on your game name. So we're called Underworld because, you know, Hades Persephone. And then she tagged it here. And I click it, and then it brings me right there. But you can see when I look at the minimap, there's no indication that they're there. You just have to scan and find them, right? Which is kind of like, it's almost like hide and seek in the game, because you're trying, if you're weaker or like it gets towards the end and you can see the circles starting to close, anything in the red you start to burn. So we were talking about, Snow, you need to move inside the zone because he was going to start to burn in the red zone. But we're also trying to hunt players, right? Because we only have 2.3 million, and in this match we end up getting 4 million, and we're trying to decide where can we get the most points, can we move closer. And you can see it's like IB, right? Why did I not go right next to them? Well, because they can step on it, and they can just hit it with their marches and cancel my relocation. So I give it some space so that they can't do that. Now, of course, they can step on it, and that's fine. You get the cooldown back immediately, which is just like IB. And then there's just a little bit of time. Now, this pop-up is very important. When you teleport someone or eliminate them, remember I killed the player, I get a percentage back of his troops, and I restore a little bit of prosperity. This matters quite a bit if you want to keep it more free, if you don't want to spend speed ups and things like this. In a really tense close game, you might have to. In an average game, you probably won't. So here's a next piece. We were collecting the boost nodes, trying to experiment what they do, and we collected one, and it says your squad has gained the gladiator boost. Now, I still don't understand the boost because it's not really defined well, but when you have them, you do feel stronger. I hope it's more clear what kind of boost you get. There are multiple different boosts, and they are... There's another one, Power Strike boost. There are a few different boosts, and we collected a few, and we're like, okay, well, whatever. So now we're converging on this spot, and you can see all our reloads. I actually think we made a small mistake. We went with what we're calling the triangle, where you have two next to each other and one here, because that's the closest way to have support and rallies. But it also leaves you vulnerable to getting double canceled, right? So now here we're getting double canceled, and for some reason he didn't block mine. I don't know why, but that's why I end up scoring really big. So I'm gonna go a little forward because there's not a lot of other things I wanted to talk about with this match. But there's gonna be a really intense moment here, and this is actually the moment that got us number 2. I think they thought they could cancel 2 and fight me alone. And so I'm prepping to fight these guys, like, mentally. Like, what am I gonna do? I have a strong second and a decent, like, I have a decent second and a strong main, and I'm ready to pop my attack if I land, right? You see, I haven't used it yet. They could kill my relocation site, but I don't know. And I'm just having a little fun, popping some emotes, ready to fight. And as soon as I land, it's on. So you can see they attack me. I know I'm garrisoned, and I'm counter-attacking with my second, right? And then I pop it. Right as they're about to hit me, boom, I'm getting my bonus defense. And then this is super important, and I think more people should do this, and I don't see people do it enough. When you have a moment of downtime, or if you don't know what march they have, I'm in the report. Okay, what does he have? Okay, he has Athena, Loki, Manko, Holy. This is something, my second march, this is my Hippolyta carry with a fire march, it cannot handle. I changed my marches since then. I switched Hippo for Alex, but that's besides the point. And I was like, okay, I can't beat this guy with my second. What is the other one? And then I wanted to double check and make sure I'm providing pressure. Okay, I'm winning. I took one hit. My main is kind of risky because it is a Baldwin team. And if my Baldwin misses or hits the wrong characters, I'm not going to get a whole lot. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go counter hits. If they hit me with their main, I'm more than likely going to defend it. And if they hit with a second, I'm definitely going to defend it. But if they send their main and I send my second at the same time, I'm going to get counter hit damage, right? And even if they don't, they might not be defending, and they just definitely failed to do rallies. If they had rallied me on repeat here, they would have had more value. But the issue they have is if both of them use their main for a rally, I'm going to get a ton of value on a counter hit. Also, the rallies are going to be slow. And you're going to see here, I'm going to start to withdraw my main. And then I go, oh, wait, he's going to rally. And then I defend the rally, and then I'm going to counter hit, right? I hope, if I remember correctly. He had his march in a boost node, if you see that. So now they should have a small boost, unless one of my teammates kicked it out. But of course, I don't have the time to watch that. So you're going to see here, I should be withdrawing my main at some point. Yeah, there it is. It lands, and then I get a sneaky hit off with my main. And the only way I'm really going to get damage is with my main right there. You can see I did only -4 losses. Almost nothing happened to me. And then I get a garrison off right away. And then now I'm pressuring this guy. And I want to just keep fighting this guy while the other guy's not paying attention. And here's an important piece. You can see I'm watching if I want to withdraw versus what's happening. So this guy on the top hits me, so I'm not going to withdraw. And now I'm waiting to use my main to hit them when I have a moment, right? And whenever I feel like there's a moment of respite, I'm going to withdraw my garrison and hit them. But I'm watching both at the same time because it gives me flexibility. And you can see they've loosened up their play a little bit, and it's given me opportunities to get some attacks in. I've gotten 3 hits in, and I've been able to defend myself. Now, I want to talk about a situation if I was unable to defend myself. I would not be sitting here. I would have moved away, right? I would have moved towards my allies. You can see the green up here. I would have built some space, bought some time, and then used my allies as garrison and rally help. But because we already knew that we were probably the strongest, and then after I experimented on them, I understood that I had a chance to beat them both. And you can see there, I went hit on both, and then I used my main as a follow-up and an instant recall to block the rally. So you could see, as I said before, if they rally too slow, I end up winning the battle. And I'm spam clicking the recall garrison. I think I might have missed the timing there just a tad bit, which was a small error, but still good. Now, here's where the points are kind of flowing in, right? We've gone up 1 million since the start of this fight. And, you know, you kind of have to get lucky in these types of situations where you're very evenly matched and you're able to stack points. Like, they're stacking points, I'm stacking points, but it's with purpose, because if I can beat these guys, then it gives us the survival towards the end of the game, which, again, is going to be very valuable. 2 reloads go in, ours lands just before them, which is going to give us the agency to finish this. Now, the fight goes on, we win. I want to talk about the end of the game because the circle starts to close, and you can see now the zone closes up at the top, and it's at, oh, actually, at this game we end up destroying all of our opponents, and if you defeat all your opponents, then the game ends. Now, to look at the scoring, the way the game is currently played, the survival points don't really matter because our battlefield honor was 3.9 million and our survival was 100,000, and then you add these together and that's your total, right? And if we go back in the game, you can see here That's the total. It was 4,077,000. So survival is like a tiebreaker thing, but in the end, it's just who can stack more points. So that's something you need to be considering in your game plan and your strategy. I hope this kind of broke down all the basics of the game, a little bit of fighting mechanics, all the details around the battlefield, what you need to do to be successful. And I will go way more into detail in the future. And if you guys like these kind of videos, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.